Hi, my name is Sam Gertis and I'm a youth volunteer at Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo. Today I'll be showing you how to make a boulder ball, which is an enrichment item that can be used for medium to large animals across the zoo. And it's made out of paper towel braids. So before we get started, I'll show you how to make these paper towel braids. Before you get started, you'll need 3 paper towels about 4.5 to 5 feet in length. And you take these 3, kind of push them all together, tie them in a knot, and just a basic knot, nothing fancy. Now that you have the knot, you separate these 3. What you want to do to braid is you go right over the middle strand, then you go left over the middle strand, right over the middle, left over the middle, and then you just continue that until you've gotten to this point where you have most of the braid done. All you have to do is, with this remainder of about 1 foot of the material, you tie it in a knot. Then, to get the optimum length, stretch it out by hand. That adds about 1 inch or 2 to the braid. And what you want is to make 12 of these for the boulder ball. Okay, so now that you have your 12 braids, take 4 of them, about the same length, and lay them side by side. Take 4 more and weave them somewhere around the center, like this. You just take these, fold them up, tuck this one under. That's the easiest way to weave these. Just take a second to do this. And when I'm done with this, this will create the base of the ball. This weaving creates a stronger pattern, so it's not easily torn up within the first 5 minutes that the animal plays with it. You want to try and push all of these as close as possible to the center for the strongest pattern. Okay, the base should look somewhat square. And no design is going to be perfect because of the thickness of the braids, but it should be fairly square in shape. Now, what you want to do is take a piece and wrap it in a circular fashion around the perimeter of the square, going every other one. And typically you want to take the ones that have been folded under the previous braid in the intersecting bit. Now that you've circled around, you want to tie these together in a knot. preferably get them somewhat tight as to create a better circular fashion in the ball. I like to tuck the ends into the ball just so it's not easily seen. Looks better in the long run. You're going to do this step one more time before you actually start wrapping this up. Okay, so now that you have your two strands around the perimeter of the square, you take the remaining two braids, coil them around themselves, and you'll want to stuff these inside the ball. This will add a little more weight, a little more sustenance to the ball, and it will make it a little bit harder for the animal to get in and get the food or whatever from the ball. Now that we have that step done, it's time to finish this up. To start finishing, you want to take one of the strands, preferably one of the two middle strands, and go all the way across to its partner on the other side, and tie these together rather tightly. Now comes the task of hiding these ends so they're not immediately picked out by the animal. And you want to just keep going across the ball . You should probably switch where you get the strands from each side, just to ensure that it is structurally sound. Make it as hard as possible for the animal to get in, even though it's paper towels and it's fairly easy for the animal to break them through them. Now comes the final task, finishing up with the remaining 8 strands. What I like to do is I like to go completely across, make sort of an X mark on the ball, and locks in all of the things you previously did, as far as tying the braids at least. The most difficult part of this is finding a place for all the ends of the braids to actually go, because there's not much extra space in this ball. And there you have it, your braided boulder ball.